Bonjour and welcome to French 2 with Mr. McCoy. This is lesson 12 dedicated to possessive adjectives. And our running objective for this lesson is for you to be able to confidently and efficiently indicate possession in French. It's going to be using the different words that we have at our disposal. The words that are equivalent to my, your, his, her, its, our, their. The French equivalents of these to indicate basically what belongs to whom. Okay, I'll see there's a little bit more to it than there is in English. Okay, but before we get to that, before I show you those forms, which I'll do in a second, I want to make sure that we do understand the concept of first, second, third person, singular, and plural. Okay, I want you to be fairly comfortable with those terms, and I'll refer you to on the French 1 playlist, lesson 9, for presentation of the subject pronouns. Okay, so we're going to talk about first, second, third person, single, plural, subject pronouns. Now, basically, going to use the same concept to talk about not pronouns, not taking place of the people that we're talking about, but to indicate what they possess. Okay, so again, real quick, we have, for example, a speaker or a writer. Okay, when he refers to himself, that's the first person. Okay, when it's just himself he's talking about, that's the first person singular. Now when he refers to the person he's talking to, that's the second person. Okay, just that one person, second person singular. Alright, now if he refers to somebody else, not himself, not the person he's talking to or writing to, but to somebody else, that's the third person. Okay, and just one person, third person singular. A group, third person plural. Okay, so again, if he refers to himself and a group, that won't be the first person singular, but the first person plural. If he refers to the person he's talking to, not just an individual but a group, second person plural. And again, he refers not to himself, not to the person or people he's talking to, but about another group of people. Then we have the third person plural. Okay, it's important for you to understand. First, second, third person, singular, and plural. Okay, so he wants to talk about the speaker wants to refer to what he possesses. Okay, I'm sorry, what he possesses, what he owns. Okay, we have three forms. Again, he's just referring to himself, by himself. Okay, all right, singular possessor, one person owning. Okay, we have three forms. For masculine singular noun, it's mon. Feminine singular noun, ma. Plural noun, me. Okay, so again, the thing being possessed is masculine singular, mon. If it's feminine singular, ma. Plural, me. Okay, now there's actually a pattern here. Okay, now second person singular, referring to what that person we're talking to possesses. Okay, the object being possessed is masculine singular, it's ton. The object being possessed is feminine singular, ta. The object being possessed is plural, it's te. Okay, now if you refer to a third person, saying what that third person possesses. Okay, if the object being possessed is masculine singular, son. Feminine singular, sa. Plural, se. Okay, son, se, son, sa, se. And notice we don't actually have different forms for his or her. Okay, it's the same. Alright, so you have mon, ma, me, ton, ta, te, son, sa, se. These are when the possessor is singular. Okay, now if the person possessing or owning is plural, okay, again we're first person. For example, our. Okay, we as a group, we possess or we own. Okay, if the thing being owned or possessed is singular, the adjective is notre. Notre. If the thing being possessed is plural, no. Okay, notre, no. Now, again, second person plural, people owning, or plural. If the noun thing being possessed is singular, it's votre. Votre. If the thing's being possessed, they're plural, vos. Okay, now the possessors, they. Okay, referring to a group, third person. if the thing they possess is singular, leur. The things they possess, there are many, plural, leur. Okay? So notre, nos, votre, vos, leur, leur. Okay? It's a lot of forms. Okay? So real quick, if you have a photographic memory, this would be a good time to take a picture. Okay? Here are all the forms that we have. Okay? So for example, the equivalents of my will be mon, ma, mes, yours, ton, ta, tes, or votre, vos. His, her, it would be son, sa, ses. Our would be notre or nos, depending on the number of the noun. Okay. Theirs would be, or I'm sorry, there would be leur or leur, again, depending on the number of the noun. So you notice when we have a plural possessor or plural owner, it doesn't matter. We don't have one singular form. It doesn't matter the gender of the noun. Okay. Whether the noun is masculine or feminine doesn't matter. Okay. But over here, it does matter. Okay. But for all of these, you only have one plural form. Okay. So this is a little bit easier. But do pay attention. There is a little trick with these singular forms. Okay. Now, the trick is if we have a feminine noun that's being possessed. Okay, being owned. Okay. For example, a female friend. Ami. The trick is it starts with a vowel. Okay. So you can't modify this with the feminine form. You can't say ma ami in French. You have to go back and use the masculine, so you have a consonant to break up the vowel clash. Okay. So for example, this is my female friend. C'est mon ami. C'est mon ami. This is your female friend. C'est ton ami. This is his or her female friend. C'est son ami. Okay. So again, you can't put ma, ta, or sa here. If the noun, singular noun, starts with a vowel, you can't use ma, ta, or sa. Okay? But if the noun is plural, it doesn't matter. Okay? Because I have an S at the end of the possessive adjective to act in liaison. Okay? So for example, my female friends would be, these are my female friends. Ce sont mes amis. Mes amis. It's not a problem. Okay? That S can be pronounced in liaison and breaks up the vowel clash. Okay? So, real quick, let's get a bit of practice in. Okay? Again, you gotta think about the forms of that corresponds to the possessor, and then you have to think about the gender and number of the thing being possessed. Okay? So for example, we have this is my pen. Comment dit-on en français? This is my pen. That would be c'est mon stylo. C'est mon stylo. These are your pencils. Ce sont tes crayons, or ce sont vos crayons. Okay? Ce sont tes crayons, or ce sont vos crayons. Okay? This is his eraser. This is his eraser. Okay? C'est sa gomme. C'est sa gomme. And it's sa because the eraser is feminine. Okay? Don't make it agree with the guy, his. Okay? C'est sa gomme. C'est sa gomme. Okay? A couple more examples. This is our notebook. C'est notre cahier. C'est notre cahier. These are your books. Again, there could be two possible answers. These are your books. Ce sont tes livres, or ce sont vos livres. This is their calculator. C'est leur calculatrice. C'est leur calculatrice. And finally, these are your rulers. Again, two possible answers. Ce sont tes règles. Ce sont tes règles. Or, ce sont vos règles. Ce sont vos règles. Okay? Alright, that make a little bit of sense? Those examples? A little bit clearer? That's probably tricky at this point. We will practice a good bit with this, okay? I assure you, okay? Bon courage, merci, et au revoir.